Today on Commander Replay, can Aryel, Knight of Windgrace restore order against two separate Chaos decks while not getting run over by Muldrotha graveyard shenanigans? Find out next on Commander Replay. Welcome back, everyone. Playing some Aryel, Knight of Windgrace. Indestructible Knight Tribal. Ooh, we've got Kindred Boon in our opening hand. Yeah. It's a little bit slow, but I think I'm going to keep it. Let's keep. Our hand is full entirely of 4-drops, which is a little bit awkward. Would love to see like a Signet or something like that along the way. Hopefully speed us up a bit. So we're playing Aryel, Knight of Windgrace, 2 white-black for a 4/4 with Vigilance. Pay 2 and a white to tap it, create a 2/2 white Knight creature token. Pay a black and tap it. Tap X untapped Knights you control to destroy target creature with power X or less. And that's going to bring it to our turn 1. We draw a City of Brass. Let's lay down the tap land right here. We'll gain a life and pass the turn. And today we'll be facing off against Ruhan of the Fomori. If you guys don't remember this one, it's out of the original Commander set. Is 1 blue, red, white for a 7/7. At the beginning of combat in your turn, choose an opponent at random, and Ruhan attacks that player this combat if able. So it is a very cheap 7/7, except you don't get to control who you attack with it. We'll assume that that deck is looking to get pretty aggressive. And opponent lays down an Island Sanctuary. Ooh. If you would draw a card during your draw step, instead you may skip that draw if you do. Until your next turn, you can't be attacked except by creatures with flying or Island Walk. That's a card that I should probably start using more. Especially in a deck like ours, where we have things like Greed that we can use to draw more cards. That is a nice piece of protection, just that you have to give up your draw step to do it. So if you can get around that, then you're in pretty good shape. Hey, another 4-drop, Door of Destinies. I would actually love a fetch land right here just so we could shuffle our library. That'd be really nice. Uh-oh. Pyxis of Pandemonium. Each player exiles the top card of their library face down, pay 7, sacrifice Pyxis of Pandemonium. Each player turns face up all the cards they own that were exiled with Pyxis, then puts all permanents onto the battlefield. A little nervous about what opponent might be doing with that. I probably wouldn't run that in an aggressive Ruhan deck, so that leads me to believe that they are up to something else. Our other opponents, by the way, facing a Muldrotha the Gravetide, during each of your turns you may play up to 1 permanent of each permanent type from your graveyard. And finally, Vial Smasher the Fierce, 1 black-red for a 2/3. Whenever you cast your first spell each turn, choose an opponent at random. Vial Smasher deals damage equal to that spell's converted mana cost to that player or a planeswalker that player controls. So we have 2 random damage opponents. That's a little bit scary. There's an Anguished Unmaking. That'll be helpful. So Vial Smasher lays down a Rakdos Signet and follows it up with a Howling Mine on their turn. So when we get back to our turn, we get a Howling Mine trigger. We draw a Tainted Field. We do not yet have a Swamp, so we're going to hold off on that one. Play the Plains right here, and then I'm going to decide if we need to... I mean, we're probably going to need to Anguished Unmaking the... actually, we're over to the max hand size. So based on that, I think we're going to Anguished Unmaking this Island Sanctuary. That seems just a little bit too good against our deck. Opponent says they're a fan of the channel. Opponent's going to use the Pyxis, so each player going to exile the top card. And opponent's going to play an Intuition in response. Ugh. Yeah, Intuition. Broken Magic card. Opponent's going to go with Marsh Flats, Sakura Tribe Elder, and a Soul Ring. Opponent gives them the Sakura Tribe Elder. Personally, I would give him the Marsh Flats. That is the slowest of all the options. And everybody exiles a card face down. Zur's Weirding. Uh-oh. Players play with their hands revealed. If a player would draw a card, they reveal it instead. Then any other player may pay 2 life. If a player does, put that card into his or her owner's graveyard. So Rakdos has a handful of mana. Sucks for them. Opponent's going to Pyxis again, so 2 cards exiled. Muldrotha has a handful of goodies. There's a Protean Hulk, a Mind Slicer, so that's looks like it's going to be a pretty nasty Muldrotha deck. Consecrated Sphinx, yeah, a lot of really nasty things in Muldrotha's hand. Ruhan has a Planar Bridge, Mind's Dilation, Brand. Gain control of all permanents you own. Oh, cool. That's a sweet little card. And Boros Signet. Opponent's going to lay down the Sakura Tribe Elder, play a Seal of Primordium. Seal of Primordium means I do not want to run our Door of Destinies or Kindred Boon down there. There's a Gonti for the Vial Smasher opponent. Vial Smasher coming down. We have an Utter End in our hand, and there are unfortunately 1, 2, 3 different creatures that we would be incentivized to use it against. Anyway, it brings back to our turn. We get the Howling Mine trigger. I don't think Zur's Weirding is working right. So we're going to play the City of Brass right here. I mean, part of me just wants to leave up Utter End, but if opponent draws a land, they could play the Consecrated Sphinx. Would Hour of Revelation do anything yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, there are not 10 permanents in play yet. Oh, man, I don't like any of this. I think we cast our commander just so we have something going. So I think we're safe to get our commander down right here. And we will have to discard a hand size. What do we get rid of? I like the land too much. I guess with Howling Mine down, we can get rid of Ambition's cost for now. Yeah, Azur's Weirding doesn't appear to be working because I don't think it's giving anyone the option to pay the life. Oh yeah, opponent's saying that Azur's Weirding is bugged. Well, maybe it's something to do with the Howling Mine also. There's Ruhan coming down. He's going to exile the top card of their library. Hopefully, Muldrotha does not catch a land right here. They could get an Ancient Tomb with the crop rotation. Opponent, ooh, nice. Opponent does not draw a land. They do get a Forbid, though. Ugh. Opponent's going to put a Pattern of Rebirth on the Sakura Tribe Elder. When that creature dies, they may search their library for a creature card, put that card onto the battlefield. Oh, Jesus, really? Any creature? You gotta be kidding me. Well, definitely going to have to leave up Utter End this turn. So Vial Smasher going to lay down a Soul Ring. Looks like it hits the Muldrotha opponent. They draw into a Chandra, Torch of Defiance. Funny enough, the Ruhan opponent is actually 2 lands away from that Overwhelming Splendor. Gonti, Lord of Luxury, coming down for the Vial Smasher. Going to target the Ruhan opponent. Personally, I probably would have gone for the Muldrotha, showing that they are playing a whole bunch of really powerful cards. Chromatic Lantern for the Vial Smasher. We draw a Vanquisher's Banner and a Day of Judgment. Play the Tainted Field. Swing into the Muldrotha opponent. So they will probably block with the Tribe Elder and then go find the creature of their choosing, which we will then have to Utter End. Yep, going to sacrifice. There's the Pattern of Rebirth. Opponent's going to get a Wood Elves. Okay, no big deal there. So assumingly they'll probably try the Consecrated Sphinx. We're going to cast the Dauntless Bodyguard. We'll choose our commander and pass the turn like that. Omen Machine. Well, that would shut down the Consecrated Sphinx. There's a Signet. Crown of Doom for our opponent. Going to give control of it to the Muldrotha opponent. Sounds good to me. Ah, crap. Ruhan's going to attack us this turn. Well, yep. Nothing we can do about that. Not planning on trading in any of my blockers just yet, so can't attack where you want to. That is the drawback to Ruhan, and that's why it is undercasted. So we go down to 30, take 7 commander damage. We'll have to be careful. 2 more hits from Ruhan will kill us. Opponent's going to Pixis again. Opponent's going to use their crop rotation. Opponent's going to play Mind Slicer. Crap. So we're all about to discard our hands. Yep. Well, if they do it, we're going to lay down the Utter End. Opponent's going to give control of the Crown of Doom to the Vial Smasher opponent. Opponent's going to play a Brass's Bounty and then do 7 damage to a target. Nice. Hits the Muldrotha. So we'll get a ton of mana. Opponent's going to give control of Crown of Doom to us. So opponent's going to sacrifice the Mind Slicer. And that being the case, we're going to remove their blocker. Going to exile the Wood Elves. So everybody discards their hands. We gain control of Crown of Doom. Ooh, there's a Josu Vest. So we'll get an additional draw with the Howling Mine. There's a Sword. So I think this turn it's going to be give control of the Crown of Doom. Play the Sword. Won't be able to equip it this turn, but we can get it going next turn. So send everything into the Muldrotha opponent. We're going to get them for 10. So their life total's starting to dwindle. With a little bit of luck from Ruhan, hopefully Ruhan blasts them. If we get hit, we're going to be in kind of a bad spot. But opponent uses Seal of Primordium on the Howling Mine. But we were able to get an extra draw step out of it first, so that was good. Ruhan's going to combat. Let's see who they choose. Or let's see who gets choosed at random. Come on, not us. Nice. It's going to be the Muldrotha opponent this turn. Crown of Doom's going to trigger. There's 9 incoming. They're down to 12. Assumingly they'll get at least 1 blocker this turn. They catch a land. They play the land. Muldrotha into play. And the value train is about to get started. Probably goes for the Tribe Elder. Gives them a blocker and will get them more lands. Nope, going for the Soul Ring. Okay. Soul Ring, Tribe Elder. Yep, that would make sense. Yep, Tribe Elder coming back. So that gives them 2 blockers, unfortunately. Turn off auto yields. Vial Smasher draws a Blasphemous Act. Let's see if they're looking to use it. 9 damage to someone. Who's getting it? With all of that on the stack, we are going to sacrifice our Dauntless Bodyguard, make our Aryel indestructible. Come on, Vial Smasher, do us good. Hit this Muldrotha. Just one time. Ah, it hits us. Ah, Vial Smasher, you're letting me down. Now we got to be careful we don't die to other random crap. Opponent's going to recast their commander. Vial Smasher coming back to play. Vial Smasher going to be a lot deadlier when there's only 2 opponents instead of 3, but we really need to take down Muldrotha. There's a Righteous Confluence. That'll give us some knights. That's cool. Any enchantments that we need to get rid of? Gaining life is also not the worst thing that I've ever seen. Yeah, I think we get the sword equipped right here. So Crown of Doom's going to trigger. The Sigil Sword of Valoron's going to trigger. Aryel becomes an 8/4. We'll put the token attacking into play against the Muldrotha. That token gives us a really big blocker against Ruhan. Nice. So Muldrotha is down to 2, which means that if Vial Smasher casts anything, they could die to that randomly. And that would be good. Opponent going to keep going with their Pixis. Many cards exiled. Looks like about 5. So Ruhan draws a land. Wonder if they're going to go with the Pixis ability right here. That'd be interesting. Because they pass without doing anything. They could have recast their commander. Muldrotha draws a Cabal Coffers. Going to recast Muldrotha. Opponent has 4 swamps in play currently, which does actually mean that Cabal Coffers can generate some profit. Sakura Tribelder coming back for the Muldrotha opponent. Seal of Primordium. Not Seal of Primordium. What's he targeting with it? Yep, targeting our sword. That's annoying. I was hoping to get some work done with that thing. I like that. It's a fun new card. There's a Burnished Heart for the Vial Smasher. That is plenty to kill the Muldrotha. Come on, Muldrotha, one time. Muldrotha goes down. Nice. Gets hit with the Vial Smasher. Awesome. Now we can concentrate on our other opponents. Crown of Doom does come back to us. We'll want to get rid of that before the end step. I mean, the life gain on Righteous Confluence is looking pretty good. There are a number of creatures in our deck that have lifelink. We just don't have any at the moment. We can only give control of the Crown during our turn. Don't have enough to shoot any of the Vial Smasher creatures. There's a land. Play the land. I think right here we go Josu Vess and give control of the Crown of Doom. If we get hit with Vial Smasher next turn, we might start thinking about the gaining a bunch of life. Or do we go into Ruhan because they don't have blockers? Josu Vess will be very good against Vial Smasher, but maybe... Yeah, so give control of the Crown of Doom, and then we'll need to figure out our attacks. So Crown of Doom has to go to not its owner. Lose 1 life on the City of Brass. So opponent will probably block Aryel with Burnished Heart. That'll absorb all that damage. And then the... they probably wouldn't... Yeah, I don't think they would block with Vial Smasher on the token. So Crown of Doom's going to trigger twice. See if Vial Smasher wants to block it all or if they just take the damage. Yep, blocks Aryel with the Burnished Heart. Does not block the token, so they'll take 4. Ooh, they didn't sacrifice the Burnished Heart. Mistake on our opponent's part. Opponent's going to keep using that Pixis. Grip of Chaos. Whenever a spell or ability is put onto the stack, if it has a single target, reselect its targets at random. Oh, God. Oh. Ruhan seems to be on a Chaos deck. Here comes the Grip of Chaos. Gonna keep going with the Pixis. Sunbird's Invocation for the Vial Smasher. Oof, that's gonna be a little bit of life loss. And if we don't kill them quick, they're gonna be getting extra card draws. 6 damage. Who's getting it? Oh, we get it. Alright, so the life gain mode's starting to look pretty good on Righteous Confluence. Opponent gonna donate control of the Crown. And Grip of Chaos will trigger on the Crown trigger, so let's see if we actually get control of it. Yep, we get control of it. Vault of the Archangel. That's a lot of lifelink. Play Vault of the Archangel. It'll take 5 to use that. 3, 4, 5. Gives us exactly enough. Hopefully we get lucky on this Crown of Doom right here. Grip of Chaos is going to trigger. See where this thing ends up. Nice to get control of it. We are going to activate the Vault of the Archangel. So all of our creatures have lifelink and Death Touch. Swing in like that. 3 Crown of Doom triggers going to make creatures nice and big. That's 12, 16 damage coming in. Nice. Opponent goes... Whoa, Terminus. Opponent goes down to 20, and opponent's going to cast a Terminus. That does put us back up to 27, more importantly, so we'll be able to hang in the game for at least a little while. So I would love to see some of the reanimation portion of our deck. Although, actually, we don't have that many creatures in our graveyard. Yeah, only 1 creature in our graveyard, so it looks like recasting Aryel probably be our best bet. Recasting Aryel probably going to be our best bet. Ruhan coming down. Ooh, we need to get some tokens into play. Opponent just going to keep going with that Pixis. Wheel of Fortune for the Vial Smasher opponent. See if they want to give everyone a bunch of card draw. Yep. And they'll get a Sunbird trigger out of it. Hopefully they whiff. So we get a fresh 7. Stop on our turn because we have the Enlightened Tutor. We draw 4 lands. Not exactly what I was looking to get out of that, but Austere Command. Austere Command can clean a lot of garbage off the table. A lot of chaos effects, a lot of weird stuff. Oh, Warp World. Well, Warp World could mess this game up pretty dramatically. Here's a Combustible Gear Hulk. It's going to get a Sunbird trigger. Gets a Whip of Erebos. That'll get swept away in the Austere Command. Opponent's going to point the Combustible Gear Hulk at us. What do they have in hand? They have a Whims of Fate? Ugh. Grand Melee. I think we let them draw. Against Vial Smasher, our life total's not exactly in a place where I just want to, like, be burning our life. So they now have a Reforge the Soul, Burning Inquiry, Atali. Oh, man. Oh, man. Atali coming down. Sunbird's going to trigger. Molten Psyche. Ooh, we go down to 13. We draw into a few things. We do lose our Austere Command, and that's... I was going to be leaning on that pretty heavily. Someone's got a Vandal Blast, so we don't really want to go crazy with... Well, we have Avacyn, I guess. There's a Bojuka Bog. I mean, I think we just need to play... do we have enough for Avacyn? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. Exactly enough for Avacyn. Play the Plains. So, Avacyn into play. And let's see what craziness happens this turn. That gets rid of the... that gets rid of the Warp World and the other really crazy Chaos effects. Thaumatic Compass. Going to make it tough for us. That means that just Avacyn, Vault of the Archangel is not probably going to be really a reliable plan. Avacyn does give us a nice blocker against the Ruhan. Yep, so coming in our way. Block Ruhan. It's gonna die. Oh, Stolen Strategy got printed already? Nice. Stolen Strategy is a card that I've been wanting to try out in some of my red decks. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of each opponent's library. Until end of turn, you may cast non-land cards from among them. You may spend mana as though it were any color to cast it. Pretty sweet. Abyssal Persecutor for the Vial Smasher opponent. Interesting card. It is a really big beat stick, but it does say you can't win the game and your opponents can't lose the game. Solemn Simulacrum coming into play. Sunbird's going to trigger one time. Also, the Thaumatic Compass has flipped into the Spires, which may not be great for our plans of lifelinking with only a single creature. So I think we're going to want to get Vona down this turn. Probably Vona and Knight of the Nimbus. Tali going to attack. Tali trigger. Hopefully nothing too big. Gets a Darksteel Ingot. Not too dangerous. And doesn't look like... Looks like a non-permanent from... Oh, it must be a land on top of our deck. It was a Fetid Heath. That's fine. We do not need another land at this juncture. Opponent's going to play Reforge the Soul. Was hoping to keep that Vona in our hand. That one hits Ruhan. Ooh, opponent draws into a Warp World. Ooh, we draw into some stuff. 3, 4... We have 4 planes currently. We're a ways away from the Emeria. Possibility Storm. Uh-oh. Well, now the thing to do is see what enchantments are in our deck. So we got 2 Chaos decks at the table. Yep, things getting pretty rough. I mean, let's try the Vampiric Tutor. Into the Possibility Storm. See what we get. We have a lot of cheap cards in our hand, actually, which is going to be... Teferi's Protection. No, don't cast Teferi's Protection. Does that just get exiled now? No, I think maybe it just stays in our deck. Let's try the Enlightened Tutor. Eerie Interlude, also not particularly helpful. So 2 whiffs right there. There's a Light Wielder Paladin. Chance of that wheels into something very small is pretty high. So let's try the Sword. Coat of Arms. Yeah, I mean, I guess we play it. We need to get some Knights down for it to be helpful, but... we could have potentially 5 mana this turn, which means we could actually cast the Light Wielder Paladin. Or maybe crack the Windswept Heath. Get a Plains. We should take a look to see what artifacts Dowsing Dagger could hit. So tons of 2 and 3 drops that our Light Wielder Paladin could sink into. Umezawa's Jitte is still in the deck. Crucible of Worlds, Door of Destinies, Vanquisher's Banner is okay. Not amazing at this juncture. So not really seeing much in the artifact department. Could hit an Elvish Norn. That's a thing that could happen. But more than likely, probably going to be one of these smaller things, but could be a Sun Titan too. All right, so looks like we're on the Light Wielder Paladin plan. So I have no idea what just happened to our Light Wielder Paladin, but all I know is, yeah, it didn't even attack. All right, so now we're probably out of it since we just lost a turn of everything. Opponent going to keep going with the Pixis. Opponent going to use the Pixis. Nice. We get Sun Titan, Hero of Bladehold, Valiant Knight. Well, an opponent gets a whole bunch of things. Rampaging Ferocidons, not great. Magus of the Wheel. So they've already had that. Oh man. We get a Sun Titan trigger. Let's see what we can grab. Dauntless Bodyguard seems reasonable. There's a bunch of lands. Our choices are Dauntless Bodyguard, Knight of Holy Nimbus, or land. We are behind. We got a bunch of lands actually off of the. So I guess we get Dauntless Bodyguard. Uh-oh, Group of Chaos gonna trigger. There are 2 Possibility Storms in play now. Rampaging Ferocidon gonna eat some life away. Not in a great spot now. Sun Titan gonna get back Dauntless. Let's see what Sun Titan actually gets. Use the ability. We get the Knight of the Nimbus instead. Not so bad. Our life total is getting really low, though. Oh, God. Wild Evocation and Puka's Mischief are on the battlefield. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exchange control of target non-land permanent you control and target non-land permanent opponent controls with equal or lesser mana cost. Don't think they can steal Avacyn. Gonna take the Combustible Gear Hulk, it looks like. Wild Evocation. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player reveals a card at random from their hand. If a land is revealed, that player puts it onto the battlefield. Otherwise... so Propaganda coming into play. It's gonna make things tough for us. There's a Fear of Safety coming down. It's going to make it really hard to attack into Ruhan. Ghostly Prison coming down. So basically impossible to attack into Ruhan. And I think just about all of our artifact and enchantment removal is gone. With Hour of Revelation, Austere Command. Where's Austere Command? Did that one get exiled? Maybe it got exiled. But yeah, I think most of it's gone at this point, so... not great. So many triggers on the stack. You got a Sunbird's trigger, Possibility Storm, a Grip of Chaos, Primal Amulet, Possibility Storm, Puppet's Verdict. Flip a coin. If you win the flip, destroy all creatures with power 2 or less. If you lose the flip, destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater. Shouldn't hurt us too much. There's a Narset in play. That can hurt us very badly. Oh, there's so many things. There's a Chaos Warp on Avacyn. Hopefully that gets Group of Chaos into something else. Probably the most important thing on our battlefield right now. Nice! Chaos Warp's going to hit the Sphere of Safety. So Sphere of Safety gone. May actually be possible to get an attack into the Ruhan opponent. Skeletal Scrying. Opponent's got a Scrambleverse in hand. Oh, man. Narset going on the attack. And going to get the Narset triggers started. There's a Nev Disc. That one shouldn't affect us too much. Outpost Siege, no worries. And 2 lands. All right. So... not going infinite with turns with Narset, although I guess that's not the type of deck this is, but whenever you see a Narset, that's the thing that you're always worried about immediately. Opponent's going to block with the Solemn Simulacrum. I am pretty much overwhelmed by all the triggers and all the things that just happened with all the Chaos cards. I have no idea where this game is anymore. The one saving grace is that Vial Smasher is not in play, which means that there's actually a window for us to, maybe win this game. All the lands that we caught with Pixis are really going to help with the Vault of the Archangel. Opponent's going to Blasphemous Act. That's going to get Possibility Stormed into Goblin Game. Oh, man. Ristic Studies did a video on this card. I barely understand how this card works. Especially don't even understand how it works on Magic Online. There's a Blood Sun in play, which means that Emeria is not going to be the most helpful. The chosen number is 10. I'm going to choose 1 object. We lose some life. We go down to 2. And there's a Warp World. Warp World's going to get Possibility Storm, so not actually going to resolve. Oh, nope. The opponent does cast Warp World. I think that was Possibility Stormed into the Warp World. I don't even know anymore. All I know is that there's a lot of ways that we can die. I see some Chandras coming into play. Chandras are bad. There's Rampaging Ferocidons and an Inferno Titan. That's probably going to kill us. Hit the Any Order button on this. So we lose a bunch of lands. Probably going to... finally found all of our night creatures. Don't know where those have been hiding. And we will most certainly die to the Rampaging Ferocidons trigger. Get a Scrubland. Night Captain's going to trigger. Lena's going to trigger. And then we will go down to the Ferocidons. What a ridiculous card. And, yep, that's it for us. We are at 0. That is a lot of chaos. Don't really know who's got the upper hand at this moment. Sphere of Safety is back into play. Ghostly Prison in play. Going to make it really tough for Vial Smasher to attack. Though they can just recast their commander past the turn and then, get damage in that way. Psychic Battle. I don't even know what this card does. Psychic Battle. 3 blue. Whenever a player chooses 1 or more targets, each player reveals the top card of their library. The player who reveals the highest converted mana cost may change the target of targets. If 2 or more cards are tied for the highest, the target remains unchanged. Changing targets this way doesn't trigger abilities of permanents named Psychic Battle. Outpost Siege coming down. That's an interesting one. Destroy target creature of your choice, then opponent destroys a creature of their choice. Activate this ability only during your turn before attackers are declared. Starfield of Nyx coming down. Perplexing Chimera. Ooh. The chaos is real. More Ferocidon triggers. I should start using Ferocidon. A lot of different types of decks will just randomly have a lot of tokens in them, even not officially token-based decks. Just to get some blockers down, they'll play some things that generate tokens. Ferocidon's really good against that type of stuff. There's a Witch Hunt in play. I love that card. So hard to use, and I've actually died to my own Witch Hunt before. But Oh, there's a Time Sifter in play. I believe that card's bugged on Magic Online. This game may not be able to complete. We'll see. Gate to the Ether coming into play. Knowledge Pool coming into play. So Witch Hunt gets the Vial Smasher for 4. They're down to 7. Goblin Spymaster coming down. Oh, does that get exiled by the Knowledge Pool? I don't even know anymore. Okay, yeah, that gets exiled in the Knowledge Pool. Does Possibility Storm trigger? Is Possibility still... Yeah, I think Possibility Storm is still triggering off of the thing that got exiled by Knowledge Pool. Is that even right? I don't know. There's a Mogus on the stack. We'll see what actually makes it into play. So Mogus actually makes it into play. Another Possibility Storm trigger. For an Urabrask. Rampaging Ferocidon's going to trigger. There is a Nev Disc in play. Scrambleverse going to get swept away into the Knowledge Pool and/or Possibility Storm. Primal Amulet's going to get a counter. Atali coming back into play. There's a Burning Inquiry. I think once Primal Amulet flips over, you'll actually be able to get a copy of the spell before it gets exiled and into the Knowledge Pool and Possibility Storm and all that sort of stuff. Now, that'll be pretty crazy. Teferi's Puzzle Box coming down. Never mind, going into the Possibility Storm and Knowledge Pool. Soul Ring on the stack. Looks like it's actually going to hit play. Opponent's going to try to swing with the Atali. I don't think they have enough mana. Well, they might have enough mana to make it work. Let's see. Oh, looks like Sphere of Safety is out of play, I think. I think it's only the Ghostly Prison now. Who knows where Sphere of Safety went off to. So that's going to be an Atali trigger and an Inferno Titan trigger. And unfortunately, Vial Smasher's creatures have lifelink, so when everyone's at low life totals and you have lifelink, that's going to give you a significant advantage. Lifelink usually wins the life race. Never mind. Never mind. Rampaging Ferocidon's still in play. Players cannot gain life. And now Vial Smasher's down to 2. How, I don't even know at this point. So many effects going off in this game. Nev Disc is untapped, too. That's the thing. I mean, we could witness someone die to this Witch Hunt, and that would be amazing. Oh, opponent's got Outpost Siege on Dragon's mode. Nice. Didn't even think about that. Oh, no, that's the Vial Smasher. Vial Smasher has the Outpost Siege on Dragon's mode, which means whenever a creature leaves... Oh, my God, so many more triggers. Then that opponent's going to lose some life. Mystic Barrier, enters the battlefield at the beginning of your upkeep, choose left or right. Oh, my... Gate to the Ether. Time Sifter trigger. Mogus trigger on the Vial Smasher opponent. They're going to have to sacrifice something. Sacrifices the Perplexing Chimera. Time Sifter trigger. Psychic Battle trigger. Outpost Siege trigger. Rampaging Ferocidon's trigger. Oh, getting down there pretty good for the Vial Smasher. They're at 1. I really want to see someone die to Witch Hunt. Oh, Witch Hunt also says players can't gain life. Double the not gaining life. Yep, pretty good with that Whip of Erebos down. I can't find it at this point. Too many things on the battlefield. Is it gone? I literally can't even keep track of what's staying on the battlefield and what's leaving the battlefield. There's a Volakut. Psychic Battle. Ruhan opponent down to 6. Gonna swing with the Atali. Also gonna swing with the Creepy Doll. Nope. Needs to pay some mana first. At any point, opponent can use the Nev Disc. I don't even know who's getting turns with the Time Sifter anymore. There's so many triggers, I can't keep up on everything. Somehow Whip of Erebos ended up on the Ruhan side. They could potentially use the Whip of Erebos to get a creature back if they need to. So Mogus going to do some blocking. Opponent's just going to take 1 from the Creepy Doll. Outpost Siege going to trigger 1 more time. Psychic Battle. The revealed piles for both players are massive. I think Outpost Siege is about to kill the Vial Smasher. Oh no, the game just crashed. Where'd it go? The window just closed. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, so Vial Smasher goes down to the Psychic Battled Outpost Siege trigger. Wow.